it's quite a visual change from what we normally ride. So obviously everybody came over, had to feel and stretch it and see what it's all about, you know. I think the other guys are really looking forward to get it in their hands as well. Like on television, I think it was when it was launched in Milan-San Remo back in, I don't even remember the year anymore, but in the horrible conditions, everybody was freezing and you saw those black jackets everywhere. It was, I think it was a super cool way of launching it. For myself, I got one when I was a second year junior, I think I got one. I used it until it was almost see-through. It was well worn at that point. When we got Castelli clothes and we started to use it over the winter, it made a big difference in my winter training. I think the wet weather gear and the winter gear that Castelli has is just some of the very, very best on the market, and it's been such a joy to go through the winters and go through the rain up in Denmark the last couple of years. So it's made a huge difference for me. It's a very different structure, of course, to the previous Gabbas. The previous Gabbas was always more of a fabric-like. This is more of a membrane. It gives you more of a rain jacket-like feeling, but with the fit and stretch of a real fabric. And also, I would say it's even more stretchy than the previous Gabbas was. It's more like a jersey in the way that it stretches and sits around the body. So it's quite an impressive combination of a rain jacket-like membrane and a jersey-like fit. It was me and Yves Lampaert that was given some prototype samples to try out. We've been riding them a bit at the training camp in Calpe, training camp in Mallorca for my sake also. Because the jacket is so shiny, because of that membrane, it's I think the other guys are really looking forward to get it in their hands as well.
Okay, so they're a bit jealous.
I think so. Oh, that makes a huge difference. I remember Gent-Wevelgem last year in 2023. It was 5 degrees and pouring rain all day, and I was wearing quite a bit of clothes with the Gavia on the outside and the Perfetto long sleeve underneath, and obviously that's it's a warm setup, and it kept me warm and dry throughout the race. But it's also quite a big setup, you know. It's for sure takes up a bit of wind, but on a day like that, you're willing to make that trade-off. But I think with the new Gabba R, we will be able to stay more aerodynamic while still remaining warm and dry. I think it's gonna attract a lot of attention, and I think a lot of guys are gonna come over, find somebody they know a little bit in the team, and just touch and feel and see what it's all about. You know, pro cycling is always a game of finding all the little gains everywhere where you can have an advantage over your competitors. And obviously, in the full final, we'll probably not be wearing them, but whatever you manage to save throughout the day, you will be able to put into that final attack at the end of the race. And with the numbers that I've heard so far, it sounds like it's going to be quite significant.